Hey everyone, hard to believe, but the Kindle is turning 15 years old, and it has come a long way. The first Kindle was announced back in 2007, and believe it or not, it retailed for a whopping $399 US. It sold out within 5.5 hours and remained sold out for months. It looked quite different from today's models. It had a full keyboard and scroll wheel, which was needed as there was no touchscreen. The specs were pretty minimal, with only 180 to 250 megabytes of storage. Now, the original Kindle never made its way to Canada. It wasn't until 2 years later that the e-reader became available here. So here we are, 15 years, 11 generations, and 23 models later, and we have this, the Kindle Paperwhite Signature. So, the question is it time to upgrade? Amazon's Kindle Paperwhite Signature doesn't break the mold when it comes to design. It looks, well, quite familiar. At 210 grams, it's light, and the smooth rounded edges make it extremely comfortable to hold. On the bottom, you'll find the power button and the USB port, an upgrade, as previous models only had a micro USB port. Another first for the Kindle, this model has the ability to wireless charge. You can buy Amazon's official wireless charging dock, but it will work with many other Qi wireless chargers. The bezels are thinner than ever, framing a beautiful 6.8-inch screen. The screen has a resolution of 1430 by 1080 with 300 pixels per inch, which is pretty standard for the past few years. And it does a great job of reducing glare, which is great if you want to read outdoors. Now, Amazon has paid close attention to the on-screen lighting on the Paperwhite Signature. There are 17 white and amber LEDs surrounding the screen. You can go into the settings and you can adjust whether you want the cool white look or maybe those warm screen tones like those amber tones for when you are reading in the dark. It's up to you. You go into the settings and you set your own preference. There aren't as many LEDs on this model as compared to, let's say, the Kindle Oasis, but it's still really impressive. I didn't find any dark spots around the outer edges. Now, something on this model that you won't find on many of the others is there is a hidden ambient light sensor. So your Kindle can automatically adjust the screen brightness depending on your environment. But it also takes it a step further. You can go in and schedule when you want those warm amber screen tones to kick in, just like you can do on your smartphone. Performance-wise, I found the Paperwhite Signature to be the most responsive Kindle yet. Now, page turns are lag-free. In fact, Amazon has even given the Signature a new page turn animation, which can be turned off or on in the menu. Now, overall performance has been improved, Amazon says, by up to 50%. Menu browsing is quicker, as is typing on the on-screen keyboard. And for those of you who like reading by the pool, hot tub, or bath, the Paperwhite Signature has an IPX8 rating, which means it will withstand accidental drops in the water. An important feature for me, and I think a feature that every Kindle should have. The battery on the Paperwhite Signature lasts a long time. Amazon claims it can last up to 10 weeks on a single charge. I think that's maybe a little bit ambitious, but I will say I never had to charge it once when I've been testing it out over the past 3 weeks. The only time I charged it was to see just how fast it'll charge, and it takes about 2.5 hours to fully top it up. Now, the wireless charging is a pretty cool feature, but it does have some limitations. Amazon states on its website not all Qi wireless chargers work with the Kindle Signature. And if you put a protective case on your Paperwhite Signature, you may have trouble finding that sweet spot to charge. And remember those so sleek thin bezels? Yeah, they sure are beautiful, but if you have large hands and big thumbs, they may be too thin, leading to accidental page turns. And there are no page turn buttons, which isn't a deal breaker, but for some reason I prefer the physical buttons rather than tapping and putting smudges on the screen. And finally, while there is Bluetooth so you can listen to audiobooks, Canadians need to know that for some reason, Bluetooth will not work with Canadian Audible accounts. It will only work with the US Audible accounts, so you'll either need a US account or just forget about the Bluetooth feature even existing if you live in Canada. Personally, I wouldn't worry. You should probably be listening to audiobooks on your smartphone anyways. So the question remains, do you go with the Kindle Paperwhite Signature Edition or do you go for the cheaper Standard Edition? Well, if you go with the Standard Edition, you'll be missing out on 3 features, and here's what they are. The first is lower storage. The Standard Edition only has 8 gigabytes of storage compared to 32 on the Signature. The second is wireless charging. There's no wireless charging on the Standard Edition, but it's not really a big deal because you don't really charge it a lot. And last but not least, a third feature that you'll be missing out is the auto-adjusting lights. That sensor is only in the Signature Edition. So if these three features don't really mean a big deal to you, then you're probably fine with just getting the Paperwhite Standard Edition. But if you love all the bells and whistles, then the Kindle Paperwhite Signature Edition is worth the splurge. Here's my breakdown.